Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be interviewing Tamar Masood, or Tam as he likes to be called, and I've been helping Tam with his final attempt at the part 3. So Tam took 2 attempts in Reading. He was struggling. He discovered me online. He took my online instructor training course, the part 3, where he could study from home, get out and practice in car, and then he's come up to Norwich for some practical in-car training, and I'm glad to say the training's worked. He's now just passed his part 3. He's now an ADI, and yeah, watch the video, enjoy, and as always, please like, subscribe, leave any comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Welcome, Tam.
Thank you very
Just
much.
want to start by saying congratulations. You're an ADI now.
Thank you very much.
You deserve it. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, and thank you for agreeing to have a little post-test interview after your part 3 test. So you've seen these before. I'm just going to ask you some questions just to find out about your story, how it all went on the day, just so that you'll be a great help to other people in your situation. So let's just
Definitely.
sort of give it a bit of background. What it was your part 3. What attempt was it?
Was my last attempt, third attempt. Yeah.
Third and final attempt. So the pressure was on. You
Yeah, it
did it.
was a lot of.
And
Yeah.
yeah, if I just hand over to you, so yeah, tell us a bit about your story to get to who you trained with. Be positive. Obviously,
Yeah. So,
don't.
I remember I've started my journey in my first lesson was in November 26, 2022. So, basically started teaching practically in November, and my first attempt was in February, 2nd of February, which I failed on risk management, scoring 21. And then I did more training, thinking that I'm gonna make it next time. And my second attempt was in I think 5th of June, and I failed again on my risk management and scoring 26. And I was really feeling devastated because I failed twice on my risk management. And
Where did you take your tests?
in
Where
Reading,
down in Reading?
both both in Reading, yeah, both in Reading. And then I just sat down and I started thinking where I'm going wrong. There is something going wrong. Why I'm failing on my risk management? So that's something not going well on my end. So I started watching your videos, and then I started watching the success stories, and I thought, okay, let's get Howard now. Let's get some training from him. So I've learned quite a lot from you watching your YouTube videos, and obviously I had a chance to get free training sessions with you, which I would say just completely changed my life. They completely changed the way of my thinking. Like after having training sessions with you, I've realized. Well, I failed my 3 mock tests with you. Obviously, my last mock test. So basically, after failing my last mock test, it just jolted me to be honest, and it just made me to think that I'm gonna have to do something. Why I'm failing my mock test? So in just 4 days, I just trained myself to up to that level where I can fix my faults, and I'm able to fix my students' faults.
Brilliant.
And thank you very much for that. If we wouldn't have done those mock tests and the video I've sent you to review, that has helped me a lot, and that has just completely changed my training.
Yeah, and
It
yeah,
wasn't
no,
a
thank
great
you for sending me your lessons, your videos, because in
great.
between out you come all the way from Reading up to Norwich. What took you 3.5 hours, sometimes 4 hours. So you put tremendous effort into to make this happen for you. So credit to you for doing
Yeah,
that. And aside from that, you introduced me to that little app, the Dual
yeah,
Graham app.
yeah,
Groundbreaking. That's brilliant. And you would send me some lessons, which I've still got some yet to watch. I'll be
yeah,
honest, because you sent me some just recently. But before your test, I was able to watch some of those and give you some feedback, wasn't I? And that was really good that you did that to to see you
Definitely
with a
the
real pupil, because when you come to Norwich, obviously you couldn't bring a pupil.
exactly
We had
yeah.
to suffice with me role playing like
So
scenarios to help you.
it's a very good idea. It's a very good idea for all of these students. Like I would recommend them that if they want to reach you, that's the best medium they can use is to just record their videos and then obviously send those to you, and you can just review them because we have seen the quality of that those lessons. They were really good, and you just picked every single thing, and I loved that the feedback that you give me, that was in detail, and I have checked it by myself, and I was like surprised, okay, that you have picked very small things, and that has helped me to obviously fix myself and the faults I am making. um, it's basically all adaptation at the end of the day, whatever you do with your student.
Brilliant. So, do you want to tell us a bit about the day of your test? Because I haven't spoken to you since. You
Yeah.
sent me a message, and it was like, "Wow, well done." But I don't really know too much about what happens. So, if you sort of briefly sort of run through the day of your test and what you did and what your pupil was like.
Yeah, started well, my test started with quite a bit frustration because my student she lives about 10 miles away from the test center, and from where I live. So I live in Reading, she lives in Buckingham, so I had to go all the way to Buckingham to pick her up. So my test was about 8:30 in the morning, and I went about quarter past 7 to pick her up. So I picked her up, and obviously I discussed that with you. Should I let her drive? Should I not let her drive? And you have advised me let her drive from the to up to the test center. So I've just took your advice, obviously, and I just let her drive, and obviously she started throwing faults, which she never did. She was hesitant at the roundabouts, and she wasn't moving quickly enough from the roundabouts, building up queues behind. So I just discussed that with her. But the only problem I got really nervous because um, we had massive queues of traffic on our way to test center, and I was running late. The time was flying past. I remember when I reached, I just completely forgot to discuss things with her that she's making these faults, and the thing is there was no space where I can just pull her over and ask her to switch seats so that I can just fly towards the test center. So I remember I reached test center. My test was going to start at 8:30, and I reached test center at 8:29. And the examiner, he was standing outside looking for me. As soon as he saw me parking my car, he just rushed in, and I just went straight into the test center. And obviously as soon as I entered the test center, the examiner came out looking like that. I'm late. I just explained, I
Oh,
got stuck in.
stressful.
It was stressful. I got really stressful. Well, we did some paperwork. With the examiner, he asked me about the student. I've just told him how many hours she has done. She's a trained student. He asked me the topic. I just told him the topic we are covering. He asked me about the weaknesses. I completely forgot that whatever she has done just now. I just told him no, we are absolutely fine. But anyways,
Really?
but that was in my brain. That was in my brain. Obviously, that was in my head that I'm gonna have to be discussing that at some point with her. So examiner came out. He introduced himself with my student, and um, he advised that don't worry, I'm just looking here. I'm just here to look at Tam. I'm not looking here. I'm not here to look
Was it,
uh,
sorry to
judge
interrupt,
your
was it the same examiner? Because I know you had the same
every
examiner for
time.
the first two.
Every time.
Was
Yeah, of course, yeah,
same
same examiner.
examiner? Got it.
Same examiner. I just don't understand one thing. The examiner they just always come with a grumpy face.
So, did you take your pupil's progress record? Did he want to see that, or
Well, the progress report was in my phone. Examiner asked me. Actually, he didn't ask me for the progress report. To be honest,
okay?
he was he was more keen to see my self-reflection or my feedback.
Okay. So, did you take any of
So yeah,
your? Because I know I'd provide you with like training
Yeah,
session reports. Did he want to see any of
yeah.
that? Great.
Well, he has, to be honest with you, he has asked me to about for the feedback, but obviously, you remember you sent me the email of my recorded video,
Yes.
the feedback. I have printed that one out and I took that with me.
Oh, okay.
I printed that one out. I had your obviously your name and your instructor number on it, ADI number on it. So that has helped me a lot. So I had some feedback from Lou Walsh as well. Some from the but your ones is the top one. So he looked at it and he just said, okay, that's fine. So he asked me that why you been traveling to Norwich. I said yes, I was been traveling to Norwich, and we are famous on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
I've
asked him to
I've
come.
yet to release more of your
Yeah,
content. Yeah.
exactly.
So
So
watch
I
this
asked him to come.
space. That'll be coming.
I asked him, do you want to see our video? He said, no, that's fine. Don't worry about that.
What did you say? Do you want to see
I
the
asked him,
video?
I asked him, do you want to see the video? Just a small
He's like,
clip that
no, we
we have
need to
actually
crack
done.
on.
Yeah, we have actually done the training with the Howard audit trainer. And he said, no, I'm absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. I just got whatever I need to.
It's like, yeah,
Like,
no, we'll just get
yeah,
out and see what you do.
exactly, exactly. Well, that was quite stressful, and I was trying to control my nerves because whatever has happened, I was been rushing towards the test center and the stuff. But I thought, okay, if not today, then never. So I'm gonna have to control my nerves. So we just sat into the cars. I did the little debrief. Then I mentioned what happened on the way about
Great.
the hesitation and the not using enough gas to move quickly from the roundabout. I asked the student that what help she need, and she said, "No, I don't need any help. I will be fine." So my original plan was anticipation awareness and planning on meeting situations, on meeting other traffic or defensive driving. So I shared responsibilities with her on that subject, and I just asked her, "Okay, that's fine. If I see anything else, I will let you know about your hesitation and you're not moving off quickly." So we just cracked on. I was been asking her questions and stuff on my way because I was stressful before. Yeah, I completely forgot that she's a trained student. I shouldn't be telling her things. I should be asking her questions. So what I
Yes.
did, yeah. So I did because I was nervous. I just started telling her things instead of all. And we have shared that responsibility that I will be prompting you. And I started telling her things, which I realized later when she made her first fault again on hesitation at the roundabout, which I picked up. And she was again not too quick on her gas. So we stopped on the left, and I asked her that if you would like to change the lesson plan, if you can put the anticipation awareness and planning on a side, and we can work on your hesitation and on your gas. And she said yes, let's work on that. So I adopted that lesson, and we did some roundabouts. The time, so 8:30, the Reading 8:30 in the morning is very busy. The area we've got our test center is they've got about 10 schools. So every street has got schools. So you can expect how busy it can be. And this is the only reason I failed twice on my risk management, the last two attempts. So this time I prepared myself not to fail on risk management at all. So that is another reason I will just keep talking that I just don't want any safety critical anyways. Well, it was well we are very fortunate that just after at about 8:45 the roads become dead quiet. I wasn't able to see any traffic, no children, no one. I said, "What's happening? They're not school holidays." And now I got stressful again because now I've got a trained student and I'm gonna have to give her challenge. How do I do that? But anyways, I had already backup route in my mind. So we did some roundabouts, fixed her hesitation. Again, I just telling her instead of asking her stuff like that. Well, we fixed the hesitation and the gas issue, and we stopped somewhere on the left after about half an hour. So we had got about 15 minutes left. I discussed with her and I shared responsibility. She said, I'm happy now. I think I did quite well with hesitation and the gas. And then another thing happened. We were driving through the bends, very narrow lanes. If you remember, it happened on our mock test as well. When we were going down on the narrow hills and we had to slow down and you had to ask the BMW driver, was I slow? And he said you were very slow. So
Yeah.
that thing was in my mind. So she was going quite fast through those bends and she cut the lanes. And there was a bus route as well. So I just picked her fault from there and I just discussed that on the move. I just discussed the causes of that risk. What could be the risk if she cut the lines when she were doing the bends and stuff, and
Yeah.
asked her the solution. She said, "Okay, I'm fine. I know what I'm doing next time." And then I asked her if, what about if I give you some challenge on your hesitation and your gas controls? She said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I took her to a very steep hill, literally very steep hill, and there were two cars parked onto those hills. And as we were also working on anticipation awareness and planning on meeting situations, she did it really well. She did really well. She handled the situation really well. But up on the hill, the speed limit signs were changing from 30 to 20, where she did not maintain that 20 sign and she went over the speed limit. I adopted the lesson straight away. Didn't have any space to pull up on the left, so I discussed that on the move. And she said, I know I went over. I discussed the risks and obviously consequences of that. And then I took her onto a couple of 20s and 30s where the speed limits is changing continuously just to check her progress. By the time I was discussing her, I quickly checked the time. We have 4 minutes left before we had to get to the test center. Now the stress started again. Now the stress
Did the
started again.
examiner give you a little reminder of time? Did he
No,
say we need
no,
to head back or?
no.
Okay.
He didn't give me any reminder. Because I told my student when there were 15 minutes left, I told her that we've got 15 minutes left and we need to get back to the test center. So we need to complete our challenges and the stuff. And then I completely forgot. I got only 4 minutes left and we were about 6, 7 minutes away from the test center. Because of and obviously on our way back, we had the temporary traffic lights that delay us more. But I had to do I remember um, I had done my feedback on my way. So
Good.
I remember that I'm gonna have to do my feedback at any cost because there's a competency at the end of the session. The trainer let the analyze a student about the things they have done. So I did my feedback debrief on my way. I asked her what went well. She said I'm feeling a bit confident on my hesitation, especially heel starts and my meeting situations. And I asked her what didn't go really well. She said
Can
I
I ask
think
a
we need.
question?
Mhm.
What how did you help her with the hesitation? What was it that you was able to sort of give her that she could sort of use going forwards?
She's never been hesitant, but only that day she was being hesitant. So when I stopped first time, I asked her, "Are you? You've never been hesitant onto the roundabouts. Why is that today?" So I asked her, "Are you feeling nervous because Mike is sitting on the back?" And she said, "Yes, I am feeling nervous." And then I asked her,
Uh,
"Think about, he's not an examiner, he's your father, and he's just observing the lesson. Yeah, that." th- this instructor is going to teach my daughter. Do he deserve that he gets paid?
oh,
He's
that's
just
good.
observing the lesson.
Oh,
When
nice.
I said that, she smiled and she said, "Okay, I got this now." And after that, she just nailed every roundabout.
Brilliant. So you got back.
I got back.
Did you get the results straight away or did you have the little wait? The sort of
No,
15-minute.
he said that I'm gonna be meeting you. So basically, I I'm gonna see you after 10 minutes, and that took about 20 minutes. And that 20 minutes, I was holding my pee. I wanted to go to toilet, and I was just thinking, just come out, give me my result. And my student, when he went inside, my student said, And I'm sorry, I think I messed it. I said, no, you didn't mess it up. You did a really good job. Don't worry about that. But I was really confused because I thought I've done some over instructions and didn't do the responsibility properly. But examiner came out and he called me in and I was going. He asked me to sit, and I was like halfway sitting onto the sofa when he just told me, "Congratulations, you passed your part three." And I was like straight down on my knees onto the floor. I was crying my eyes off, and I wasn't even able to see. I wasn't even able to say anything. And I was really really happy. And the examiner, he just pat me on my shoulder. He said, "Come on, sit up. Don't worry, you passed." But he said, "I scored you 31. You need to do a lot of development. There are few good things that you have done, but there are a lot of things that you need to still work on. Is because you've been asking a trained students, you are making situations for her, whilst you should be analyzing when the situation happens. Yeah. So there is no
Yeah.
need to make situations for her because she's not a partially trained student. She's a trained student. And what I have seen, she wasn't hesitating at roundabouts at all. So there was no need to adopt the lesson on hesitation. Yes, she was struggling on the gas, which you fixed it. And I like the way that you picked up her overspeeding at 20 miles an hour. She went on to 25. So there I picked her up. And he said, "Yeah, just carry on your CPD with the audit trainer." I said, "Yeah, forward. I'm always there to do my CPD." And it was
Can
really
you
good. But
can you email me your result because I can put this on the video. So if you're happy to share
yeah, yeah, that no, no,
that,
that's absolutely
I'll
fine.
keep your
I have
personal
got,
details out of it, but
I
just
have,
to see
I
the
have,
feedback and how you scored
yeah. I
would
think
be
I've
interesting.
WhatsApp. I did WhatsApp you. I
Oh, you
WhatsApp
have?
you. Yeah, yeah. Just check. I WhatsApp you. Yeah, even if I scored 31, I'm really happy because I scored 21 in my first attempt, 26 in my second attempt, and then 31st. And hopefully, he said that you could be called for a standard check within 12 months' time. So just start doing your CPD, and I'm hoping to increase my grade because as we know that you only get graded after your first standard check. It's just a passing mark.
Yeah. So what I'll do, the videos, the lessons that you've sent me recently,
Yeah.
I will have a look at those and give you some more feedback. So we'll continue with this. This is
Yes.
working. So
Yeah.
yeah. And next time when you
Always.
do standards check, we'll get that score up.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, this is what my
Brilliant.
plan is. Whenever I get a call from my standard check, obviously we've got a medium now. I don't have to travel all the way to the Norwich. I can obviously send you my videos to give you a feedback, and then obviously
Yeah.
we can
They're
discuss that
brilliant.
on.
The videos are brilliant because then I can really see with that the app, the dual gram, I can see the road, I can see you and your pupil. The sound quality is great, and yeah, it's like being a little fly in your car watching it. It's really good. So
Exactly. But
so
since
I will do that and get your feedback, and you can send me more, and we can see the improvements
yeah,
as you go through. And so
and
I
definitely
don't want you having to like worry about your standards check next time. Just think, do you
yeah,
know what? I'll get there on time. Pick pick your people up nice and early. It's
yes,
difficult
exactly.
at 8:30, isn't it? Because traffic can be
Exactly.
a
It saves a lot of money as well.
yeah.
Or traveling
It's,
all the way to Norwich, it saves at least £100 on fuel.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So, well, I
Exactly.
know you're at the test centre. Well, it looks like you're in San Francisco, but you're not, are you? In Reading.
I, I
I
can
was going
I
to be
can I
fooled
can
by that.
I
So,
can show you.
so
I can
you're
I
at,
can
yeah,
show
let's
you.
see where you really are. Oh,
Yeah.
there we are. From San Francisco to Reading Test Centre.
So this is
So,
this is Reading.
yeah, nice day. Yeah, it's a bit overcast here. It's not as nice as that. Brilliant. So, yeah, good luck with your pupil. Let's hope they come back with a nice pass. Um,
Yes. Well, yeah.
and yeah, well, if thank you for your time, we can wrap this one up. Brilliant. Thank you
Thank you
very
very much, Howard.
much.
Thank you so much. It was
So
great help. Thank you.